And now, sit down, put your feet up, relax and listen to another edition of Parables on Parade. Tonight's parable comes from Luke chapter 14 beginning at verse 16. Jesus replied, "A certain man was preparing a great banquet, and invited many guests. At the time of the banquet he sent his servant to tell those who had been invited, 'Come, for everything is now ready.' But they all alike began to make excuses. The first said, 'I have just bought a field, and I must go and see it. Please excuse me.' Another said, 'I have just bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I'm on my way to try them out. Please excuse me.' Still another said, 'I just got married, so I can't come.' The servant came back, and reported this to his master. Then the owner of the house became angry, and ordered his servant, 'Go out quickly into the streets and alleys of the town, and bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind and the lame.' 'Sir,' the servant said, 'what you ordered has been done, but there is still room.'
'That's because he did it wrong.'
'Excuse me? Who did what wrong?'
'This guy had no clue of modern marketing techniques, or he would have had his banquet room overflowing with people.'
'It's just a story.'
'To you it's just a story, to me it's a passion.'
'Don't tell me. You're taking another night school class.'
'No, silly, I got a new job.'
'You got a new job?' 'At an advertising agency.' 'Well, good for you. So, what department do you work in?'
'Department?'
'Yes. Are you in media, creative, marketing, print media, broadcast, what?'
'I'm in the mail room.'
'You're in the mail room and you think you're an expert on advertising?'
'I could sure do a better job at marketing than the guy in this parable. Here, show my first picture. I want you to look at my charts.'
I had to ask, didn't I?
After doing a little research, I determined that Jesus was in the city of Jerusalem when this parable happened. So, I will assume for purposes of this presentation that the person referred to as a certain man had the banquet in Jerusalem. So, now here is my first chart. It shows the demographics of the city of Jerusalem. With my crystal clear visual aids, anyone could see his problem.
Well, it slipped right by me.
A child can see that a certain man should never have been invited from the yellow neighborhoods.
Do you have something against the Chinese people?
No, silly, the yellow neighborhoods are not Chinese. They are colored yellow on this map of Jerusalem to show their demographics.
If those are the demographics, where are the Republicans?
Your weak attempt at humor at my expense is duly noted. But, since I'm wearing a 3-piece suit today, my demeanor will be strictly business. Let's get back to the chart. Demographics is a study of people's age, incomes, family data and other factors which can influence their buying habits. This chart is a map of Jerusalem with family incomes coded in colors. The yellow neighborhoods have such low family incomes that they couldn't even afford a tuxedo for the banquet.
I'm not sure they had tuxedos in Jesus' day.
Don't get picky. Now my next chart contains demographics that will startle even the novices in our audience.
Startling. It's another map of Jerusalem with different colored blotches. Startling.
I'm not accustomed to being made the object of jest. But I'm a mature adult. And I shall ignore your attempts to disrupt this marketing meeting. And get back to the chart. I will try to explain the demographics in terms that even you will understand.
I would be so grateful.
This map shows neighborhoods have relatively high concentrations of children under age 18. As you can see, a certain man would have been a fool to send his servants to the magenta neighborhoods.
Boy, I'll say. Those magentas are fierce rivals of the Crips and Bloods. They carry knives and guns and...
If I may have control of the meeting back. I have the 3-piece suit, the charts. I'm in charge here.
Sorry.
Now, blue is not a street gang, it's a color. I was referring to the blue neighborhoods, see there. My point is that the blue neighborhoods are poor prospects.
I'll say. My furniture would clash with blue. Sorry.
The analysis show that the blue neighborhoods have high concentrations of children under 12 years of age, since they would all require babysitters. Last-minute invitations to these neighborhoods could expect low yields.
Low yields.
And finally, here is my piece de resistance. Bravo.
Oh, that's terrific. Another map of Jerusalem with colored blotches on it. How does he do it?
Notice how smoothly the man in the suit keeps the discussion moving, in spite of the hecklers. These colors represent wage earners in the prime of their wage earning years.
How wonderful for them.
You may not see the significance of this, but I do. The people in the green neighborhoods not only have grown children, but they are also most likely to bring a gift.
And to think I almost went through an entire day without knowing that.
In short, if a certain man is to maximize his marketing efforts, the green neighborhoods would give him what we in the advertising business call more bang for the buck. He could have avoided having to send his servants out to the country lanes and road to find people to invite to his banquet.
That was fascinating.
Why, thank you.
Now, I will attempt to wake up our listening audience.
What do you mean, wake them up?
Our listeners couldn't see a thing. Not in color, and not in black and white. You keep forgetting this is on radio. Remember you burnt down the radio studio last week with your last idea. That is why we are here in the television studio today.
Oh yay.
Tune in next time for another edition of Parables on Parade. May I take your charts home with me?
Why, yes, I'm flattered you'd ask for them. So, you want to study them further, huh?
No. I need them for the bottom of my bird cage.
Based on a play by Bob Snook, conditions for use. Do not sell any part of this script, even if you rewrite it. Pay no royalties, even if you make money from performances.
You may reproduce and distribute this script freely, but all copies must contain this copyright statement.